I'm not gonna lie, that new Nikon camera that just came out, the ZF, it looks cool. I'm one of the people that thinks your camera needs to inspire you. If it looks cool and it makes you want to hold it, makes you want to use it, that's a good thing. A lot of people feel very mechanical about their gear. They just want it to make the best picture. And I think that is probably the most important part. But the aesthetic of it is important too. I ended up using the Sony ZV-E1 because it's the best tool for the job, along with my 24mm f1.4 G Master lens. Not a cheap setup, but it works great. Do I want to take it around and walk around town with it? Not really. And that's what the Nikon is doing, and they get it. They're creating like the Starbucks cup of cameras where you're walking around, people will see it, they'll want to talk to you. And that's cool, I like it. Here's the problem though, and this is just my opinion. I've only been into camera for a few years, right? Maybe since around 2020. So when I joined the game and did my research for cameras to buy, I ultimately ended up in the Sony ecosystem. Sony went all in mirrorless, and it shows. They're huge variety of bodies. They got a great variety of lenses. It's awesome. Nikon, on the other hand, for someone like me who's a mirrorless baby when it comes to the world of cameras and gear, who the heck is Nikon? What have they done? I don't know. One of my best buds, he was a photographer 15 years ago, and he was on Team Nikon. He liked the sound of it better than Canon. He hated Canon stuff. He thought Nikon was gonna take over and be the #1 brand moving forward. So when I started getting into cameras myself and I was asking him about cameras, he's like, oh, Nikon all the way. And I was like, well, Sony's pretty good. And he's like, Sony sucks. It's funny how things change. Now, while I think Sony could get away with creating designs like this on their cameras, and I think they should, they can do it because they have the tech they've proven in the mirrorless world. Someone like me sees the Nikon, I love the history, I love the story with it. I'd love to play around with Nikon, but I'm not gonna spend thousands of dollars on gear that isn't as capable as the Sony stuff. So while I think the new Nikon camera is dope, it's not really going to inspire someone like me to take a chance with it. They haven't proven themselves in the vlogger creator space, so I don't know. I think it's really cool. I hope Canon and Sony see what they're doing and make similar styles on their own cameras, because those are the kind of companies that I want to use and I want to invest my money in because I know what I'm going to get out of it. You can't go wrong buying a Sony camera right now if you want to be a YouTuber or take video. I think Canon is really good too. Maybe not quite as versatile as the Sony stuff. Maybe they don't have quite as much mirrorless camera options for everybody, but they're still good. Nikon though, I've never once recommended a Nikon camera. And even seeing this, I still don't think I will. This camera has piqued my curiosity though. I mean, even when I'm just going to look at the Z mount lenses, they don't have anything that can compete with this lens that I'm using right now. Now, they might have old lenses from the past, but that means using a converter, and who wants to really do that? I'm just always curious what you think about this camera. What do you think Nikon's doing? Do you think they need to branch out and go down this line? It's almost like they're in Fuji world now, where it's maybe photography first, can do video, cool to use, looks cool in the hand. It's more about the community and the culture as opposed to the function. Sony definitely has that robotic kind of, not a lot of personality in the gear, but at the end of the day, it's all about the results, right? And with the Sony, I think I'm getting really good results. I'm pretty amateur, and I think that the colors and everything that I can get out of it without knowing that much, it's really good. So Nikon, I'm watching you. I'm not gonna spend my money on you. This isn't good enough for someone like me to take that leap just yet. What is it gonna take? I don't know. Anyway, it's fun to look at. It's fun checking out cameras like this. Will it sell? What do you think? Are people gonna buy it? And if so, who? Something to talk about, I guess. All right, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this camera. I love talking about this stuff in the comments below. Do you have any experience with Nikon yourself? Let me know. If you like chatting cameras too, maybe watch this video next, or how about this one? See you next time on the Sad Studio.